Today I'm going to discuss my strategy for CAT and special emphasis on the word my because this is something which I've developed out of personal experience and this is something which is relevant to me and it might or might not be relevant to everyone. Here are my scores in the CAT 2019 exam. As you can see, VARC was the section which actually pushed my score to where it is right now and I tried to play on my strength which was with the VRC section and it worked out well for me. In CAT, it doesn't matter how many ways you can solve a particular question, how many number of questions can you solve. All that matters is that can you use the options and identify the easy questions and solve them first and maximize your marks per minute compared to others. It is as simple as it gets. So before we start, here are certain pointers. CAT is about knowledge and strategy. I'll elaborate on this later. CAT is very easy, but only if you understand the exam. You need to understand what CAT is, what is your objective, and how can you use your capabilities in the best way possible to achieve that objective. To nail CAT, you not just need a very high IQ, but you also need a good EQ because CAT is an emotional roller coaster. And here is a table for the overall percentile versus marks analysis for the CAT 2020. So before we move forward, we need to understand what is CAT. So CAT has different meanings for different organizations and individuals. So we are going to consider two perspectives. For B schools, it is a test of your aptitude only, and CAT is like the prelims before the actual game starts, and you need to nail the prelims so that you can just even get a chance to play during the actual tournament. Because CAT will test your aptitude, but there is so much more to the B school process than just aptitude, and you'll have to work really, really hard even after your CAT is over and you get a very good score. For you, CAT is nothing but a highly competitive game in which you need to do better than the others. It doesn't matter whether the paper is easy or the paper is tough, which section is easy or which section is tough. What matters is you need to do better than others, as simple as it gets. And your objective is to maximize the marks per minute and minimize the wrong attempts. Now, talking about me, for me, CAT was not about knowledge, it was just about my decision making ability and my ability to identify what the questions which were easy. So if you can identify the easy questions and solve them quickly before others do, you will nail CAT eventually. So my suggestions for the preparations: study in two phases, build the knowledge first and then build on strategy. So, right, when you study for CAT, first focus should be to build a knowledge so that you can at least attempt the question, right? And then your focus should be on strategy, on how to identify which question to solve, which not to solve, right? So, first the knowledge, then the strategy. Solve at least 30 mocks. You have to do it if you want to get a 99 percentile. Even 30 mocks, I feel, is less. You should at least aim for 35 to 40 because your major practice of LRDI will happen through mocks, right? Uh, Now for individual sections for LRDI, solve mocks and previous year questions 2016 onwards. Before 2016, the papers are not relevant for the CAT 2020 exam according to me, right? And there has been a drastic change. DI is not about calculations anymore, but it also has a bit of logic to it, which you need to practice. An LRDA practice will happen via mocks and mocks only, and in LRD all that you need to do is being able to solve the easy and the medium questions because either we won't solve the difficult questions in the exam. For VRC, regular practice is the key, and for quants you should know the concepts, not the sum. So there are a lot of people who memorize sums. Don't do that. Don't memorize methods of doing a particular sum. Know the concepts. and that will help you go very very long way, right? In the exam, it's a 3 hour brain drain, so practice accordingly. Don't give the cat mock as 3 exams, which is of 1 hour each, with a 10-minute break in between. Sit and give it in one sitting. Don't give up during the exam. A lot of my friends in CAT 2019, they went through the VRC section and they gave up in between. So VRC section, because of the fact that they gave up, even though LRD and Quant section were easy and they could have scored a very very good mark, but they gave up, and that is why overall CAT score was destroyed. To nail CAT, one thing which is very important is that you need to learn to relax. Find out what helps you relax and reduce your stress, and do it. If you are if we consider 1 week, then make sure that 1 day a week you relax, you go out to a restaurant, watch a movie and chill with your friends. And don't take this exam personally. It's a very competitive exam, and moreover there's a huge uh, factor of uncertainty and luck to it, right? So don't take this exam personally. Do your best and leave rest to the almighty. Use options, save time, understand and implement the process of elimination. Tips: be consistent in mocks. Make sure that you don't take it to your heart when you go have a very bad mock, or you don't get overconfident when you have a very good mock. Make sure that you are consistent in mocks. For example, I had an Excel sheet maintained in which I used to write the scores of my mock, and I used to average out the entire percentile to understand where I am. So that is something which I used to do. So you can do the same. And yeah, maintain an Excel sheet of all your mocks, because it will help you track your progress. Solve on blank pages. This is a very basic tip, because I had a lot of problem in arrangement sums because I used to solve on ruled copies. But in the CAT exam, they gave us blank pages, so we had to make lines as well. So solve on blank pages. It's just about habit. Keep ego at bay. In CAT, you are not there to prove your knowledge. You are there to get your mark. So keep your ego at bay. Don't take up a question as a challenge. There is no good outcome that is going to come out of that. And make sure that you learn how to let go a question which you cannot solve, because you cannot end up wasting a lot of time. And master the skill of finding the easy questions, because that is what CAT revolves around. Feel free to contact me at the mail ID provided below. All the best, and yeah.